Hello there. Welcome back to the espresso tier. Welcome. Um, on this tier, you're going to find tips, tricks, and insight that I have learned over the past few years. And this is driving me crazy. Hold on. I typically don't have my office door open, and then there's this note thing. Gosh. And then there's stuff on the floor. So welcome to transparency. Actually, I'll share this with you. This is you can't see it. This is my money mantra, which I repeat when I notice it. So I'll share my money mantra with you, and it's very relevant to my Patreon. Welcome two new members this month. Yeah, this month. Welcome. And my money mantra is I did it, I did it, I did it. It's working, it's working, it's working, it's working. It worked way better than I ever thought it could. I got everything I wanted. I'm so proud of the way it happened. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So when I see this money mantra, I often repeat it several times, and it lives in my office. And this directly correlates to, just got brighter, directly correlates to my Patreon because I did it. It's working. Thank you. Oh, I love it. I think I was supposed to see that and share that with you. But again, welcome to my espresso tier. A few of you are on several tiers, so I just wanted to help you navigate where you are on my espresso tier, which again is just tips and tricks and insights on things that I have learned over the years. Because if you're on this tier, then you're a trader already. And you're just like, I need something else. I need something better. Not really working the way that I wanted to. You can have my money mantra if you want. It's working, it's working. So what I wanted to talk to you today about is when I see the market moving. Aside from news, you guys know I am really coining myself as a fundamental trader. Now, I watch the news every day. I have Bloomberg on. I'm very tuned in to what's happening in the economy because I'm an indice trader. I'm a US 30 Dow Jones trader exclusively. So it's important to understand the economics and global economics of what's happening in that realm. I honestly don't make a move without checking news and understanding the yin and yang of how things are playing against each other. When this happens, this is going to happen. When this happens, oh, this is going to happen. And watch out for this. Watch out for that. When you know those things, it makes for a very, very profitable career. I'll just say that. So, and someone else, I got a quote from someone recently, and they were saying that in trading, in regard to trading, in the short term, there's a lot of effort for very little reward. Trading is hard, man. You got moms, you got young families, you've got people who just need to supplement their retirement. You've got people from all walks of life trying to trade with the global banks, the world banks, us the little guys, me, Cindy Leader, trying to trade against, Wells Fargo, trying to make a difference in my life and see whatever it is the banks are doing with our money, I can do too, and so can you. So my message was that in the short term, you put in a lot of effort for a little reward. But if you're persistent and dedicated, that's when it flips and you put in very little effort for the greatest reward. And I feel like I've come up that hill and now I'm just coasting on down. I'm making smarter moves. I'm making less mistakes. And that's what it is about being a trader. I don't know what the percentage of mindset is, but it's huge. I'd have to say it's like 70% mindset. You have to understand what you're doing, but man, that mindset will make you doubt yourself, make you anxious, make you revenge trade, make you trade when you're not feeling well, make you trade when you're sad or angry. trade in the dark and you hit something, you enter a trade the wrong way, you name it. You know, it's like driving a car blindfolded. You're asking for trouble if you don't have the right mindset. But this was not about mindset. This video is about where I see, aside from news, where I see the market move and times that I look out for. Times that I specifically, when I was a new trader, I wouldn't talk to anyone from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Don't call me, not talking, no meetings. I was focused on trading because I felt like I had to watch it all the time. You don't have to watch your trades all the time. You have to enter with confidence. No, for me, you don't have to have the right entry. I don't trade like that with my strategy and the things that I look for. When I see it, I enter right away. I want to say when I'm with my clients, every time we're on a call, I'm like, let's go find a trade. And we find a trade and we get into a demo, and maybe it hits that afternoon and maybe it hits the next day or 2 days later. And I'm happy that people can see that I want to help you get there. But I digressed yet again. I'm so excited. It's not even the coffee. The 3 times a day that I see that I am particularly mindful of, where I see the market move, where people who know me, like, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. One, obviously, because we're in the US, is New York session. New York opening. That's when the market's going to either fly up in one direction, come back down, move again, settle. This is when all the news comes out, and you need to be mindful of that. So if it gets close to 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, don't talk to me because I'm watching my trades. And as you know, I'm the unconventional trader. I'm in a trade 24/7. The market's open essentially 24/7. I'm always in something, waiting for something to hit. I might wait longer than I want to on some trades and shorter on others, but I'm always in a trade. And I trade 100% from my phone. And I always forget the third one. I enter a trade at any time. I'm always in a trade, and I enter at any given time when I see something. I don't wait for something specific. And I especially now, I guess, trade the news because I'm a fundamental trader. So I watch for New York opening, and a lot of you know that that's a no-brainer. But how many of you know in the US what happens at 11:30 Central Time? Oh, 11:30 Eastern Time. What happens? London market closes. London market closes, so there's a flurry of activity right before 11:30. 11:30, there's going to be a flurry of activity, and I can show you that on the charts. It's just typically not stagnant. And I can do that after I finish my last piece. And the third time, that specifically, do not talk to me. I will never schedule a meeting anytime or be while I'm out, but I am watching my trades anytime from 3:30 Eastern Standard Time to 5 p.m. closing of that London market day. I feel like that is when the market really moves. You can count on it, and we'll go look at it on TradingView as also when London market opens. And let's look at some New York session opening candles. You can see there's activity going on. And if you're in the right direction and you're following my strategy, you can really, really take advantage of that. And that's why we're here. How would you like your work day and the money that you need or want to make that day be done by noontime, 11:30, 9 a.m., 4 p.m.? How would you like, there's my day, there's my week, met my numbers, met my 3%, met my 5% or larger. So let's hop over to TradingView and we'll take a look at that. So here we are back on TradingView. What was going on here? Oh, I know what was going on here. Like, where's the chart? Where is the chart. That's weird. Oh, there it is. So what I was doing, just to prove my point, I brought up, I trade from the 1 to 4 in the day chart. That's part of my strategy. But I brought up the 30-minute time frame chart to show you what happens just before 11:30. So this is military time. So let's go to any given day at 11. We're going to candle. You can see down the bottom, 11:30. So this was a big day for news. Yesterday. Wow. Yes. Yes, it was. But you can see at 11:30, we continued really far down to the downside in the sell up until 11:30. And what happened after 11:30 when the market opened? Stalemate right here. Stalemate right here. Let's go to a different day. Let's go to 11. Oh, where are my candles? Here we go. Let's go to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, we're in a pretty hard buy right here. Consider engulfing candle. And we continue to the buy side right up until 11:30. And then what happened when we switched over in the afternoon? Things started to calm down, go the other way. But I felt like the brokers, the buyers were like really taking charge right at 11:30 in the morning. And let's go to one more instance. And you can see this 11:30 candle, 11:30. What happened between 11 and 11:30? Boom. Those sellers were putting in all of those orders. Let's see if we can find one more. Again, I just feel like there is a lot of movement between the 11 o'clock candle and the 11:30 candle. Let's close those orders, boys. Boom. And then look what happened. So I'm very, very mindful of London market closing that half hour before. I feel like there's a lot of movement and I'm definitely woke to that. And you can see the same when New York session opens, right? New York session opens at 9:30. Look at this candle at 9:30. Yeah, we're on the 30-minute. Boom. Let's go to the next. And most of you know this. I mean, most of the people that I trade with are US citizens based, I should say. Again, here's the 9 a.m. candle. Boom. Market dropped when market opened. And let's go to any random candle. I mean, this was such a big day. This was a big day yesterday. I'm back on these candles. 9 o'clock, 9:30, a lot of indecisiveness here. Look at the wicks on either side. Buyers and sellers are like going back and forth. Boom, big drop. And today, what happened today? There was news out at 8:15. What happened today? Lost my place. 8:30, 9 o'clock, boom, there's that 9:30 candle. So take a look at that. So New York session open, London closing session at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But my favorite time is, let me get off. Let me go to the hour chart. You know what? Let's stay here. Let me get off like the past 2 days because I'm tired of like looking through the past 2 days. What happened here? I just crazily moved up my RSI by mistake. Okay, let's get off the 4th and the 5th and okay. So my other favorite time to trade, and this is absolutely when, like I said, I don't take a meeting. I might be by myself. I might be out doing errands or, my favorite place is walking on the beach here on the North Shore. But between 3:30 p.m. This is exclusively what I've noticed. Between 3:30 p.m. and market closing at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when I personally feel there is a lot of movement in the market. And I've said this on my training videos. I always picture like those Wall Street movies where the tickets are flying and, orders are being closed and brokers are going crazy, trying to make the last buck of the day. Let's just call it what it is, the last buck of the day. So here we are, right here. Right in between, so don't get confused by the military time. Don't get confused by that. Right here. This is 4 o'clock 16. Down here, 16 is 4 o'clock. This is 3:30, 15, so 3:30. Look at the volume that's happening right in between these times till 5 p.m. Look at this movement right here. Why did that skip like that? Oh, because it shuts. I just learned something new. I just learned something new. It went from 4:30 to 6 p.m. The market closes down. There's no halfway candle here because after 5 p.m., the market shuts down. The people in London take their little break. Okay, the market closes, but you can see between 3:30, which is 5:15:30, 3:30, and goes to 16:30. That's 4:30. The market really made some moves in the same direction, and you will see that. Let's go to a different time frame. That was a little confusing for me because of that time that was missing. And I hope that was a little clear. I know so here's 3:30 in the afternoon. 15:30 is 3:30 in the afternoon. We are flying. We are flying in the same direction. Market will keep moving in the same direction till 4:30. And then the next candle that I'm on is the new opening candle at 6 p.m. This 1800 is 6 p.m. This is when the market reopens and it continued on its way. Let's look at one more. One more day. One more day. So I'm looking for 15:30 down the bottom. 15. Yikes. 15:30. Want to say there was Fed news that day or a speaker. Memory serves me, there might have been a speaker that day. Okay, market is trying to correct itself on that falling knife candle. Can it do it? Couldn't really seem to get there. Market opened, tried, and then it struggled for a little bit. Let's go to the hour chart and look at that. Might be a little bit clearer. So now we're back on the hour time frame. So 3:30. This is not even on a candle. This is 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and 5 o'clock. So you can also see who can see what's happening here. There was also a little bit of a gap in here when the market opened back up. We had this big doji, lots of indecisiveness, brokers and sellers, going back and forth, and then the market dropped. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is that in between this time, there was a lot of movement. I mean, this candle, this candle between here and here. I mean, if we, excuse me, if we take from 3 o'clock down to, whoops, That's not what I want to do. If we take from this wick here, I don't know why that's not doing that properly. From here down to right here when the market opened. Where's that wick? Right here. So essentially 80 pips that market moved. I will take that any day. Let's go on to one more example of when I feel personally the market really moves a lot at the end of the day. So here's the 3 o'clock candle. Here's the here's the here's the 3 o'clock candle. Here's a 4 o'clock candle. Market opened again. Look at this gap right here. Market quickly moved to the upside. Right here is this big gap. Okay, there was a market gap. I can even take it a little bit higher. There's a market gap right to here. So when the market opened, it jumped up and caught, see if I can figure out what these pips are. It caught these pips right here. Jumped up 25 pips. So if you were in a buy at that time, you magically caught those 25 pips. But again, what I'm trying to say is the market moves. I see the market moving from 3:30 to 5:30 as people are trying to close out for the end of the day. So be aware of that when you're trading. It's important to, I'm going to stop share. It's important to be aware of that because you're going to be able to be a more profitable trader potentially if you're following that. And of course, you have to be aware of any news that's happening during that time. And the only news that's really happening at that time in the US are speakers. Speakers of the House will come on, and Bloomberg and CNBC, you know, it's all live. And, you know, if they just, people are watching them, the media is watching them, and it gets reported like that, gets treated like that. So if they're saying, yeah, we're not sure, boom, people are like, whoa, 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 what's happening? So you want to pay attention to the news. I'm going to teach you how to do that. But again, where I see the market moves are obviously New York session open, London market closing, and at that crucial hour and a half before the end of the day, before the market closes for an hour and then opens back up again Monday through Thursday when it closes at 5 p.m. Eastern time. Be aware of those times, and I hope you found that informative, and go back on the charts and do some research yourself and watch it and let me know what you think. All right. Thank you so much.